Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center, Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is October 3rd, 2023. Energetically vibrates to a 20, which comes down to a 2, which in the tarot is the Judgment card. So something inevitable is about to be uncovered. And that particular vibration is connected to the planet Pluto. And today Pluto makes a trine to Mercury. Yes, Mercury, Pluto trine. Pluto in Capricorn, Mercury in Virgo. This is, there are two types of trines you can have. One is a creative self-expressive trine. And one is a trine where we disseminate our understanding of a situation, and that's the one that we have today. That's exact at 3:17. I talked about it yesterday. We're in the orb of influence. It requires some really deep thinking, and to a certain extent communication from the soul. We also have a trine between the sun and the moon. This is also because we just had the full moon. This is also one of those disseminating trines. So we can expect a lot of information today, a lot of information coming out, a lot of things that were previously hidden perhaps are made known today. And towards the end of the day, we have an exact inconjunction between Venus, which is still in Leo. She's been there for a long time. Still moving forward, of course, because that's what she's doing now. Not quite out of her shadow, but she's only a few degrees out of her shadow. By the end of the week, she's going to make an inconjunct to Pluto. So Venus is in this yod formation. She's actually been in it, but now it's exact to Neptune. And then will, at the end of the week, be exact to Pluto. So she's really in this place, and Venus moving through Leo, as I've said before, the values that are closest to our hearts, what's in the core of our hearts. Do we love self? Do we love self too much? Do we not love self and overcompensate and pretend that we're the greatest thing since sliced bread, but on the inside don't feel that? So these retrograde periods are time for us to look on the inside and see what we really see in there. Do you see your own magnificence, Leo? Is it a true expression? And the thing is with magnificence is it's not about being better than anybody else. It's just about being your best self. So that's the energy. And it's being challenged by these transpersonal planets reminding us that your best self needs to be aligned with the higher purpose of evolution. And honestly, evolution is about a reuniting, a coming together. It's about a separation and a coming back together. But as we come back together, we come back together from a higher place, from a more integrated place. We get to know ourselves better, and through self-knowledge, know thyself on the portal to the Oracle of Delphi. One of the prayers that was there, know thyself. We come to understand others, and in loving self, we come to love others. So we're at a pretty important point in our evolution, and always a choice point. That's the thing when you're human. You have free will. You can decide to go in the direction of evolution, or you can fight it. And evolution always wins. It's always moving to a different level, right? It's always moving on. And so it requires us to change and to be willing and to trust that what's going to happen is for the best, even if it looks terrible. But doesn't mean that you just sit back and watch things happen. You have to be, and you have to embody your highest your highest, most aligned self with the situation you find yourself in, moving from your better nature. One of the things that Donald Trump has helped us to do is to connect with our lowest nature, right? Our lowest nature. He is an extreme energy. He brings out the extremity in situations. He uncovers things that a lot of people just left inside and didn't want to express, either because of social pressure or because they felt like they would be targeted, which in some cases is kind of appropriate, and not so much targeting, but being held accountable for what you say, and opening up and letting go of that perspective in its place, put a broader perspective and walk in each other's moccasins, right? That was this Jesus. Well, Jesus didn't say anything about moccasins. Maybe he said something about sandals, but certainly our indigenous folks knew that. We walk the earth together, and we must take care of the earth together. These are all things that used to be known by some, but not by many. And now those things are known by many. And so we're making progress, even though it doesn't sometimes seem like we are. Of course, the fact that Trump was in facing off against Letitia James yesterday was after years and years and years of fraud, finally being held accountable for that. No matter what they say, it's what they did. And they're not the only ones. Like, they're being like, because he's like, I'm the billionaire with all the pay, the money and all the power. And then you look behind the curtain. Toto pulls the curtain aside. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. We are revealed for who we truly are. And there are a lot out there. And so hopefully the best thing to happen with this is to put up the guardrails that would not allow that to be the case. And yeah, maybe that means more regulations and it's a little bit harder. But I think fair distribution of resources is something that people in power really need to consider. And we are a community, and when somebody in our community is suffering or needs help, we need to be willing to help them, and not just help ourselves. To what end? I know people, it doesn't seem to me that these people are happy in the least, so it's not in the pursuit of happiness, is it? All right, so the Venus, Neptune in conjunct. Watch with your money. Don't sign anything unless you've spent a lot of time previous and worked it out. That's different. But somebody comes and says, I can give you solar panels for nothing. It'll cost you nothing. We'll give you a new roof, and we'll do this and we'll do that. And I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, because I haven't done my research. But if it sounds too good, and if it sounds like, oh, it's just that it'll pay for itself, you do your homework on that stuff, okay? Whenever Venus is involved, you have to do your homework on the money. But other than that, it's pretty chilled. It's a pretty cool day. It's a day in which a lot of things will come to pass. Oh, we had a rose bloom that hasn't bloomed yet all summer, and it's a little one, but I thought I'd show it to you because you're always interested in what's blooming. And this is a rose, and it's called, I believe, terrible name, unfortunately, but it's called Golden Showers. It's a climbing yellow rose. We bought it a number of years ago in honor of Michael's mom, who passed away in 2015, and she loved yellow roses. We would always buy her yellow roses for like Mother's Day or her birthday. Yeah, and we have more roses coming up, and we're supposed to have a bit of a heat wave. The morning didn't get that didn't get that memo. It's pretty chill pretty chill this morning, but I think it's going to maybe even go up into the 70s today, maybe the 80s. Hopefully not. I'm not too thrilled about heat waves in October, but it has been pretty chilly. So, and I'm sure if we can get a few more roses out of it, it may be well worth it. Yeah. All right, guys. Have yourself a great day. Hey, Charlie. Say hi. No? Hi, Charlie. What's he doing, Charlie? Charlie just had he's not very vocal right now because I fed him, so he has nothing to complain about. But he'll probably follow me. You coming back in? You want some more food? He's a hootenanny. Check this guy out. What you doing, Charlie? Coming? He's like, no, I have something to do over here, Mama. Stop bothering me. Funny how that works. I have to stop bothering him, but he doesn't stop bothering me, especially when he's hungry. All right, guys, we still have some of these. That's pretty cool, right? Some of our hibiscus. Lovely, lovely. There he goes, running. He's running. He's like, oh, what are you doing, Charlie? He usually does that on Michael's boots. As soon as Michael puts on his boots, he runs over and he rubs his little paws on Michael's boots. As if to say, if anybody comes near you, they'll know that you belong to me. You belong to me. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. See you again tomorrow. Any announcements? The Astrological of October is up, and the first week of October is up. For those of you who really like to dive into the astrology, it's a pretty good video. It's about 43 minutes long. The astrology one. The numerology Kabbalah one is also fascinating, and that runs about, I think, 20 minutes or a little bit longer. I was a little wordy, but there's a lot to say, so I'm not making it up. There's just a lot to say. Well, I am kind of making it up, but I'm making it up with the knowledge of what I'm talking about, I hope. Okay, enough of that. Love you guys. Take care. Much love. Namaste. See you tomorrow.